Chapter 4. Meadow. Schoenmaker, the master, gives Iris a short knife. He tells her how to find the meadow. Iris helps Ruth put her wooden shoes back on, and she fits on her own pair. Then the girls clasp their hands and run. Past the brewery with its rich, active smells, down a lane that leads through a city gate, out the gate, across a foul canal, up an embankment, through a mess of hedge, and then the meadow. A few cows are companionably lowing. Ruth is scared of cows, so Iris flies at them and windmills her arms about, and the cows amble away without taking offence. The sisters are alone for the first time since leaving their home in England. They aren't Dutch girls, no matter how well Margaretta had taught Iris essential words and grammar. But they're no longer English girls either, since home has been swept away from them. So for now, they're merely alone, but together as they can get. Before the death of Jack Fisher, Iris and Ruth had been no farther from March than the next village over, and that only once, for a fair. What a disaster! The ale had flown too freely, and the reticence that masquerades as Christian charity had collapsed. Men had set down their bowls of ale and taunted Ruth with a stick, saying they were hungry for bacon, and how much would the pig fetch? Iris had snatched that very stick and gone at them and caused blood to flow, though even with dripping nostrils and split lips the men had fallen against each other in mirth. The pig and the hound and the pig. The Fisher sisters had never gone to the market fair again. Nor had Iris told Margaretta or Jack exactly what had happened. For what would that mean? Just that Ruth would be kept closer to the hearth than ever? Iris has always thought this isn't right. Without question, Ruth is an idiot, but she is not a pig. Iris can't think about these things, though. When the memories threaten to return, she has to brush them away. She's left those things behind. She's left England behind, and all it means. Any cursed imp is left behind, surely. Surely. But have they really arrived in Holland? Or did the boat go awry in the storm? Have they come instead to a place of bewitchment? Perhaps it only looks like Holland, and that's why the grandfather who was to take care of them is not in his house. "Don't be fanciful," says Margaretta's voice in Iris's mind, but Iris can't help it. The mysteries of this place. Whatever could the girl-boy of Rotterdam have been, or Dame Donkey-Jaw? Or what about the changeling child? If this is no longer England, perhaps it's not Holland either. It's the place of story, beginning here in the meadow of late summer flowers, thriving before the Atlantic storms drive wet and winter upon them all. Iris lectures herself. Be commonsensical. Be good. Deserve the food, you'll be fed tonight. She says, "So many varieties. What sorts does he want, do you think?" Ruth plucks a daisy and holds it up. "That's one, and a good one it is," says Iris. "He wants many. Here, Ruth, can you use this knife without stabbing your thumb? If you pull them like that, the leaves are crumpled. Make your cut down here. Bend your knees. That's better. Yes, that's a good one. I don't need to approve each choice. All flowers are good ones, Ruth. Yes, that's another nice one." Iris moves away as far as she dares, making sure that Ruth isn't alarmed. Then she moves farther still. She sees an abandoned apple tree at the edge of the meadow. Though it's crippled with age, there are boughs that can be used as a ladder, and she should be able to step from the apple tree to the limbs of the taller, weedy tree that grows next to it. Iris tucks her dark skirt into the band of her apron strings and puts her precious shoes at an angle against the trunk. She begins to climb. She hadn't been able to see much of the world from the boat that had left from Harwich. Because of fright, hunger, and nausea, she had had to keep her head down on the creaking floor. Iris says to herself, I couldn't stand on the prow of the ship and track our journey to this odd place, but here, on the edge, on the margin, an aging tree is a stepping stone to a taller tree, and from there, look one way, and beyond the lip of 3 or 4 more meadows is the broad grey ocean, crimped with white lines of water wanting to noise themselves against the dunes. From here, the sea appears less monstrous than it had from the dock at Harwich. Then the light had been low, and the waves close by had pulled up weights of water, greasy, heavy, dark. Today, the sky is hung with clouds random as sailing vessels, flat-bottomed and big-billowed, and the water seems smoothed, changed. Look the other way, and she can peer above and beyond the leafy hedge, locate the mouth of the brown-blue Sparna, and trace the river inland to the city walls. She can make out the buildings of Harlem, their smart chimneys, their tall facades imitating steps and stairs. There, the building she's come to know already as the Stadhuis, the town hall, with its green mountain of a roof. There, the Grottekerk, the cathedral of St. Bavo's, its stone spire the colour of toasted bread, one angle pink and pockmarked in this light. A small ribbed dome, open to the winds, it's perched up top like an airy onion.